James Turner for the untouchable True School Sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I wanted to come on here and sound off on this because I think it's a really interesting fight. I think it's a really interesting topic to talk about in boxing right now. And you guys know that here on True School Sports, we are the home of boxing, so we cover fighters from all over the world, not just America. And one of the places we cover a lot of fighters from is Japan. And one of the guys that's really made some big waves over the last month or so from Japan has been the 140-pound top contender, Andy Hiraoka. He's fresh off of a star-making performance against Ismael Barroso. And he's the WBA interim champion, which basically makes him the de facto mandatory for Rayo Valenzuela. Now, today on Twitter, I've seen a lot of accounts posting about the fact that supposedly Rayo Valenzuela and Andy Hiraoka are in negotiations. That has since been confirmed that it's not the case. They're not in negotiations right now. But Hideki Ohashi has went ahead and he has stated that pretty much that they would be interested in that fight and moving forward that fight because Andy Hiraoka is slated to return December the 24th. So I'm not sure if that's going to be the same day Inoue is fighting, but they're looking at like Christmas, December 24th for Andy Hiraoka. And look, I'll say it like this. With Rayo's next fight, we'll have to see who it's against because if it's not going to be Hiraoka, the leading fighter is going to be Isaac Cruz, because for those of you who may not remember or do remember, Isaac Cruz has a rematch clause. So if he decides to exercise the rematch clause, they're going to do a rematch, and I'm sure it'll do good business here on the West Coast. It was, it's two Mexicans fighting actually, because I keep forgetting Rayo actually is Mexican. Like, he's not Mexican-American. He actually was born in Los Mochis, Mexico. So, yeah, two Mexicans fighting, two entertaining styles. And I remember being there at the BMO Stadium when they fought on the Crawford undercard. And it was one of the fights that I think had the crowd the most engaged. It was one of the most engaging fights for the crowd that night, if not the most engaging. So that being said, if Isaac Cruz decides to go to another route and they don't fight him, there's no fight worth looking at more so than Andy Hiraoka versus Rayo Valenzuela. And truth be told, if I had it my way, if your boy BT was a commissioner of boxing and I had the final say so, and if I had the only say so in this situation, I would make Andy Hiraoka versus Rayo Valenzuela next because I think it's an amazing fight. I think it's a dynamite fight. I think their styles would mesh beautifully. You got Rayo Valenzuela, who is always been worth our time and attention as boxing fans. Has always shown the willingness to fight the top guys, the top competitors in the weight class. Hasn't always won the fights that he was supposed to win, but has sometimes, in this case, he won a fight he wasn't supposed to win, right? In Isaac Cruz. So Rayo Valenzuela, he's shown us throughout his career that he can box, or that he can punch. He has more of a reputation for being a puncher, but he's shown in the Isaac Cruz fight that he can box. So he's a very dynamic fighter. And then when you talk about fighters that are dynamic, look at Andy Hiraoka. This is a guy that showed a lot of ability to be a dynamic fighter himself, with really good technical ability with the long, rangy southpaw jab. The ability to land sharp, precise, power punching shots on Ismael Barroso. And he was able to get him out of there. He was able to really have the kind of performance that his career was so desperately yearning for. So to stop a guy like Barroso is a statement at this point in Hiraoka's career. And I think he wants to continue to build off that. And I think what better way to test that than with a guy like Rayo Valenzuela. And Andy Hiraoka, I feel there's actually a chance for him to really appeal to a lot of people in around the world. He is Japanese, but he's only part Japanese. He grew, his dad is, I believe, is Ghanaian or from one of the African countries. So he's Japanese African. So he don't look exactly like Naoya or Inoue or Kenshiro. He's different. He's got a lot of culture with him. And I think there's marketability potential for a guy like Hiraoka, not just in Japan, but in Africa. And Africa is looking for a top-grade fighter that to really take the boxing world by storm. They got Sevenati No Chinga, who's a very good fighter. But, you know, with him being a 108-pounder, I'm not sure what his marketability is like. This guy has real potential to become marketable, and he's already expressed a desire to fight in the States. So if he fights a high-profile opponent like Rayo in the States and can beat him in an exciting fight, that then raises a profile in the States. So I think, believe it or not, outside of course, Naoya Inoue and maybe like a Junta Nakatani, I don't think there's any fighter from Japan right now in boxing that has more star potential than Andy Hiraoka. I think even more than Jin Sasaki, because he already beat Jin Sasaki. But you know, like he's in a very good he's in a weight class with very big names right now. I would say 140 is a much stronger weight class than welterweight. It's also a weight class with bigger names, so there's more possibilities, there's more opportunities, and I just think this is a fight that, you know, where Rayo Valenzuela could also have a chance he'll have his chances in this fight to land big flush counter punches on Hiraoka, and I think it'll just be a war. It'll be a Mexico versus Japan war on U.S. soil, and I think it would really, right now, you look at 140, you know, you got Liam Paul, who can't get no big fights. He's supposedly going to fight Sandor Martin next. Nobody wants to see that shit. That's a horrible fight, stylistically. You know, Teofimo Lopez, he's out here declining fights to fight top-ranked main events because it's on a Friday and not a Saturday. So, you know, he's not doing a whole lot right now. Devin Haney's in a lawsuit. So there's a window. I think there's a window for guys like Hiraoka, guys like Rayo Valenzuela to really take this division and light it on fire, because all the other big names, they're not really doing that. They're not really doing what they got to do to keep their foothold in the division. So, I think for me, this would be a fight as a boxing fan I really want to see. I think the styles mesh well, and there's no confirmation yet if they're gonna fight. It's been denied. It's been confirmed that they're not in negotiations as of right now. But Hideki Yohashi has stated that he is interested in the fight, and they would like to make that fight happen for Hiroka's return fight in last fight of 2024, which is slated to be on Christmas of this year, December the 24th. So make of that what you will. I think Rayo Valenzuela versus Andy Hiraoka is the fight to make in the 140 division next. But I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from the fine folks, the fine viewers of the boxing community, the fine viewers of True School Sports. What do you guys think? You know, leave your comments down below. And who do you think would win? And give me a breakdown as to why in the comments. And, I'll definitely go ahead and read those comments. And, like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterbury, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.